In the BoJack Horseman episode Good Damage, there's this 60-second surrealist scene which starts directly after the title card plays. In it, Diane, a very depressed writer, sifts through her brain, her family history, her past traumas, to try and write down the first words of her overdue memoir.
As your father, I am very unsupportive. Come up with examples of Dad being unsupportive.
I was a real bitch to you, but now maybe you're realizing I was bullied too. Is any of this interesting?
This fell apart again.
Kept falling apart like our marriage.
Is that something? Is any of this anything?
I'm currently writing this script and recording this now at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's cold out in Melbourne, a city I moved to just last week. There's bags of fast food littering my desk, there's some weird mold in my shower, and I can't fucking sleep. I just watched a video by one of my favorite YouTubers, Little Joel, called A Dark Room Filled with Dead Trees. Much to my own confusion, while idly scrolling YouTube, a certain part of this video discussing Joel's adoration for Stephen Sondheim just tugged on something inside of me. My eyes started to inexplicably fog up with tears.
The second reason that Sondheim's musicals upset me is that I'm sad I can't make work like he does. Stephen Sondheim, one of the best artists in the last century, I'm sad I can't be him, that I can't even quite figure out what the last song of Sweeney Todd is there for.
At the time, I wasn't really sure why this seemingly unassuming line in a 6-minute video essay triggered such an emotional response in me. There's the obvious parallel that I also look up to great artists and wish to be as good as them. Upon further reflection though, I think I've realized why. I feel the exact same way about literally everyone. I like art a lot. I enjoy watching it, reading it, and even more so critiquing it, but I've never really found a way to channel that into something that feels productive, something which gives me pride. I write scripts upon scripts on concepts and topics that I find interesting, but I never follow through with actually producing them or publishing them. To be fair, I mean, where the fuck would I even start, right? Like, I'm a pretty dumb, young little guy, and I don't have much to say about anything yet, nor do I have much experience making art. Opinions need to be based on experiences and perspectives, and I have not been on this planet for long enough to have many. Why would anyone care what some kid thinks about things he's never made before, things he isn't fully cognizant of? I don't have the authority or the necessary reasoning to really say much of anything, so why even bother starting? I started this video with a BoJack Horseman reference for a couple reasons, primarily because I'm super original. Peripherally though, that specific scene stuck with me more than anything else from BoJack, a cartoon about a horse that I inexplicably adore. It wasn't my first time being introduced to the concepts of writer's block or imposter syndrome, but something about it felt so innately human that it instantly imprinted on my psyche. Maybe it's the psychedelic art style, maybe it's the impressive audio layering. I think though, it was the first time that I'd seen a writer depicted screaming into an apathetic void, pleading for inspiration, and just getting nothing back. And that kind of comforts me in a weird little way. As I grow up, I'm coming to realize that the universe is inherently indifferent. Not just to me, but to everyone. Our concept of the universe is kind of flawed in that way because there's nothing out there that governs what happens to us or tangibly passes any judgments. And so whether we like it or not, nothing out there is coming to save us or help us or offer any advice or critique. Art is, in my opinion, one of humanity's ways of reconciling this vast, constant, pervasive nothingness. If there is no meaning, then we have to find it. And to find meaning, we have to depict our version of it for others to engage with. I think this is the heart of that BoJack Horseman scene, and I think to a degree the heart of that Little Joel video too. In our constant search for a way to explain ourselves, to detail how we feel and make it tangible, The universe, comically enough, just keeps ignoring us. There is no litmus test for meaningfulness, or by extension, meaningful art. In the search to make something that we're proud of, we're forced to face a horrifying reality that our experience is a small, tiny part of the otherwise intangible general human experience, and that there's no real strong correlation between quality and success. And so watching that little Joel video and tearing up at my keyboard reminded me of that BoJack scene, but not because it reminded me that everything is meaningless and that art will never truly fulfill us due to experiential gaps in between each person. Instead, it kind of just suddenly struck me that in meaningless, there's meaning in a twisted, stupid way. Is any of this anything? Well, no, not really, but that's cool in a way, because it means that instead of trying to reckon with an inexplicable urge to create content that bridges all facets of life, depression, love, contempt, self-hatred, revolution, betrayal, justice, discovery, etc., all you need to do is start making something, and then put it out somewhere. And even if none of it's anything, at least it can be something to and from you.